everybody. Welcome back to Gone Outdoor Radio. You're listening on Kello News Talk or KWSN in Sioux Falls or in the mighty 790 in Fargo Moorhead. Scotty Brewer, Kyle Agri, Brewer Agri Outdoors, and we're going to chat with a friend of ours, Matt Schneider. He happens to be working with Tacticam right now, the trail camera guys. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good, guys. It's an exciting time of year, rolling into hunting season, and I know we're talking hunting now, but there's a ton of other things happening, like late season fishing. So I'm sure you guys are busy as all heck.
Oh yeah, pretty much every outdoorsman in the upper Midwest is busy right now. They're busier than they are any other time of the year, which is good. It's a season that we wait for 12 months out of the year. So, Matt, we are in the peak of trail camera season right now. Is it too late to get your cameras out?
You know, it's never too late to get those cameras out. We hear stories all the time of, hunters are going to deer camp and they haven't been out there all summer. They don't know what's going on. And, opening weekend, they're only going to be there for like 2, 3, 4 days at a time. Trail cameras can still be beneficial for those weekend hunts. Not necessarily like, are you getting the full story like you do when you set up trail cameras throughout like summertime and like early season. But even if you set it out for a weekend while you're up there, that's still valuable intel. That's intel of what's passing through the cameras at certain times. It's, tracking what's happening in front of those cameras during weather situations. So no matter the time of year, a trail camera can still offer very good intel for whatever season you're really going after.
So, Matt, for those that have not put their cameras out or haven't even purchased the camera yet to go put it out, but they're thinking about it, what are some strategies that people might have for their land as far as where they want to put them, how many they need to get out, that type of thing?
Yeah, I think first things first is just trying to pick out a high traffic area, an area that you're going to be hunting with, whether you're doing firearm, archery, whatever you have. Pick out a high traffic area that you're going to be able to sit across or sit within a hunting range anyway. And that's going to be like right away where I'm going to be setting up trail camera. Now, you could go like even further into the weeds and start to look at like bedding areas and transition between like food sources, water to food. One thing I always tell everyone, whether they're looking at, Tacticam or another brand camera, make sure when you do put out that camera, try to put it out and don't touch it throughout the hunting season. Especially if you are putting out a camera in like close to bedding areas, you don't want to blow out those deer. Hunting seasons around the area only last for a couple weeks at a time sometimes. So you want to make sure that if you are putting out a trail camera, don't try to like go in there, change batteries, change up your accessories, or like try to angle the camera differently. Try to set it, forget it, and have those photos kind of roll into your phone if you're using a cell camera. So that's the biggest thing, is just setting it out and not touching it for a while. So that way you don't blow out any deer out of your hunting spot.
Which sounds like that'd be pretty difficult to do if you have a card camera, because if you're not going to go check the card, you're not going to get any of the information on it. So at that point, we're pretty much just talking about the cell cameras.
Yeah, and that's part of one of the advantages, right, to cell cameras is it's instant information right to your phone, and you can delay that information pending on your state regulations. We have a feature called Hunt Sync that allows that camera to follow your state regulations if there are limits to when photos can come in. But that's a cool thing about cell cameras is it's live scouting information right in the palm of your hands at any given time.
I'm just going to give my personal opinion, and trail cams are just like the pairs of shoes in my wife's closet, and they're just like the fishing rods in my garage. There's always room for a couple more. And, it gets to be, you get really hooked on the information you get off of these cameras. It's so, so cool. But Matt, one of the questions that I have is, camera placement. Do you put it out in the food plot where it's going to have the scope of this big wide area to take pictures of? Or do you concentrate on trails where you know that that animal is going to be walking on a more frequent basis? What's your idea in terms of advice on where to put them?
I like the high traffic areas, like the trails. That way I know like what's moving in and out at certain times, whether it is going from like bedding to that food plot. But really, you can't go wrong with setting it on the food plot and having a wide angle view as well. If you were to do that, I would suggest if you have a camera that is able to go to video mode, that's going to be a perfect time to turn your camera to video mode if it's set out on a wide angle view of a food plot. The reason why I say that is, deer and honestly, whatever animal that you're targeting, they're going to come into that food plot and various different trails, ways, whatever have you. They're going to be going to that food plot in different situations. And if you can change those photos to video and you could watch, your target buck come in from the side of the frame, then you have more of an idea of what trail he's using. Or what trail that they're using to get into the food plot or out of the food plot. So I think you could probably go two different ways with that. I'm changing my camera to video.
So, Matt, technology is advancing faster than we can advance with it, and trail cameras are the same. I mean, the features in some of these now, it's mind-boggling the things they do. What does the Reveal series do that a lot of the traditional trail cameras haven't done?
The biggest thing with Reveal right now is our Ultra camera. Our Reveal Ultra just received the best overall camera of 2025 from our friends over at Field and Stream. And that's kind of our big pride and joy right now. With that camera, you're going to be able to switch it to live view, which is really nice for like if you're accessing into the field for hunting, or you want to see what's all coming in and out of the field. But another thing too that I really like is that you can change the feature for low glow or no glow. So you can use that camera on a trail, or you can use it into a food plot. And being able to change in between that, you're not pigeonholed on what style that you can actually run that camera on. You can run it in various different situations. So that's where I think we really kind of set ourselves apart. And, that Ultra is a fantastic camera, and you get all the bells and whistles for a reasonable price point.
And as long as you have that solar charger, then you can do what you had said earlier, what you alluded to, is you can just set it up and walk away from it, and you don't need to pull it until the end of the season.
Yeah, and I think that goes with all of our cameras from Tacticam. We have a number of different accessories that allow you to just set up your camera and forget it. For instance, I'm in California right now, and we have 6 cameras set out at the farm, and I haven't touched them since July. They've been out on lithium packs with our solar panels and still on solar panel battery. They haven't even touched the lithium pack. So you can change your accessories from different options, whether you have full sunlight in areas and you could do solar or folding solar. Or if you're going to be back in the woods, you could even do the battery belt, and that's going to hold a pile of power that should last you all season.
So, Matt, if people want to find out more about what Tacticam has to offer, where can they look it up?
Yeah, they could just go to tacticam.com /hunt. And then if you want to follow us on social, it's Tacticam by Reveal.
Perfect. Matt Schneider of Tacticam, thanks for coming on Gone Outdoors, sir.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, and enjoy your hunting season. Special thanks to our Gone Outdoors show sponsors, Ray Sport Marine, Adventure RV, Lakeland General Store, Devil's Lake Tourism, Linux of Fargo, and Onyx Fish Midwest. Thank you for tuning in to today's Gone Outdoors. Follow along when you're on the water or in the field. Gone Outdoor Podcast at kfgo.com, kwsn.com, kelo.com, Apple Podcasts, or on Spotify. Visit us at breweragrioutdoors.com and follow us on social media. Till next week, from Scotty and Kyle, we'll be gone outdoors. Looking for somewhere to get all your fishing information in one place? Onyx Fish Midwest has something for you. Search for new fishing areas with filtering features such as species abundance, trophy potential, lake survey info, regulations, and area insights are just a click away.
Getting to your target lake has never been easier with access points and public land ownership clearly marked on Onyx Fish. Mark and customize waypoints and weather for your exact location. Use code BA Outdoors to get 20% off Onyx Fish Midwest at onyxmaps.com.